Hello and welcome to Qualitative 2013 in Valencia. I'm delighted to be joined by Joseph Ogeto. Joseph, first of all, would you like to give a little bit of an introduction to yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Joseph Ogeto from Global Research Insights. It's a Kenyan-based company, but working across several countries in sub-Saharan Africa. We are predominantly qualitative. We're strong in qualitative, and we do a lot of qualitative in the paying countries, war-torn countries. We've managed to get methodologies working there. And what has interested me in this, in the presentations today, is how London is managing to conduct depth research, qualitative research, to actually deal with counter-terrorism. So that's interesting for me, because a couple of weeks ago we were hit by some terror attack in one of our shopping malls. It's now called the Westgate terrorism attack, which I think you can Google and find out what happened. So it's important for me because we've been doing quite a lot in counter-terrorism research.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So of course you're referring to the Michael and Michael presentation that we just watched. So what were your thoughts? What were your kind of key takeaways from that presentation?
Yeah, I think it was cool. It was pretty cool, but the key differences I thought I could pick out from their presentation was that we have differences in the developed world and the developing countries like Kenya, where I could add, they say, social factors that influence radicalism or extremism. But in that part of the world, we can add economic exclusion, which is a big issue. We've seen more and more young men and women who the government never thought that they would actually be target respondents to any research, because they did not think they would be recruited into terror cells. But that's different, because we are getting indigenous populations, people who have no political or religious inclination, joining terror cells, mainly because of economic exclusion.
Yep. That's really interesting. And we spoke a little bit about before the interview, and you're the sole representative of Kenya here at this conference. Would you like to talk a little bit about Kenya's relationship with Qual research?
Yeah, well, Kenya, we've been seeing a lot of qualitative growth in the country, but like one of the presenters mentioned, and it's a trend across the world, quantitative research seems to be more trusted because everybody wants to see numbers, especially when you're talking about businesses, you're talking about the bottom line and that kind of thing. They want to see numbers. But more and more in Kenya, we are seeing businesses wanting to know the context. You don't just come and tell them you have 78% of people thinking this and that. They want to know why. Yeah, which is actually adding the impetus to the growth of qualitative research in Kenya and the sub-Saharan Africa markets or countries, if you like. Yeah.
Great stuff. Joseph, thank you very much for joining me, and enjoy the conference.